God likes waiting. How does it make you feel when you hear that? Because, we talked about Moses a little bit. Remember that 40 years and 40 years, but I didn't write anything else besides that. I wrote one other phrase. Do you know that? God likes waiting. How is that bittersweet? I don't know. I thought it was very prophetic when I read that in my phone. I said, I wrote that down one day. I said, that really, really got me. It really did. Think about it. And then here's the next thing I wrote down right next to it. Are you ready? Jesus had to hide when he was born. Isn't that weird? That was one part of the whole Jesus story I think that gets overlooked a lot. And then I started clicking around and looking at different parts of my life, the stories in the Bible, all of this. God is really about timing. So I hope you know, if I could leave you with a little mini philo today, everything's happening exactly how it should. I hope you know timing is key and God likes waiting. Think about it. Even when Jesus was born, the whole story, he had to go and they traveled around different places. They couldn't get there. But a key part of the whole entire story was that he said, listen, the King Herod is going to be looking for this kid, Jesus. This Jesus was a miracle, the Son of God, Virgin Mary, miracles for days. But then this part is kind of interesting because he says, you got to go take the kid until he's like 12 years old or 9 years old and hide. So that's what's funny is because we don't like waiting sometimes. You know that? I think all of us hate waiting. But the point was, you don't know what's going on. I love it. You realize that? So think about that. Jesus had to hide when he was born. God likes waiting. Humans don't like waiting. But you don't like waiting. You know why? Because you don't see what's going on. So why did Jesus wait? Does anybody know when Jesus was able to do his thing? He had to hide from what they said. He told Mary and Joseph, hide him. When could he come out? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. When he went to get a job, when? Not the age, but why? Like, why at that age? Why did they say it was in between like 9 or 12 years old? He said, okay, you could come back now and return to your holy land, wherever, return back. It was when Herod died. Yeah. The person trying to kill Jesus had to die. So they didn't understand. Imagine that. Right away, you have this baby Jesus. You're like, okay, this is crazy. And then I go hide. You're like, why do I have to wait this long in a place I don't know? And I don't know this. So I think some of you might be in those situations. And I've been in that situation before. And I didn't realize it till it was over. Because I said, wow, that whole time I thought I was waiting. And I thought God was punishing me, making me wait. But this whole time he was killing Herod. Oh, y'all don't feel me. Y'all don't feel me. So, if I could leave you with that, I'll give you one more thing. I'll read into the parable. But I hope you like waiting. And I hope you take pride in some of the patience. And as we are moving forward with this journey and everything, hopefully you know that, if the timing's not matching up, you may not see it, but there's other things being worked on that's setting you up to return where you need to be. And God's timing is perfect, baby. Ooh, I like it. I like it. I hit hard. That was good. That's simple. Awesome. So now, let me relate this back to what we talked about yesterday. Because I didn't have this philo planned for you. That, again, those are just those 2 notes I wrote down. And it was hard for me to like it. I laughed at myself for writing that down because it was so bittersweet. Because God does love waiting. But that remember, I was thinking about that one Jesus story. That's important. But now, what I read yesterday and this parable I'm going to share with you, this one's it's a different, but it relates to what we talked about yesterday. And it has to do with everything. Working a job has to do with waiting, all of that stuff. So let me pull it up. Where is it? The parable of the two sons. So this is what I read yesterday. And we've had a whole philo on this. I've had a whole philo on this. So it's interesting that I read this today. Y'all pressured me into the philo. I got this for you. But I think this is important. And I'm even thinking about it literally right now as I'm talking to you. I really do think this applies into the concept of yesterday. And I hope you don't forget it. But this is the parable of the two sons. So listen, Matthew 21. But what do you think about this? A man with two sons told the older boy, "Son, go out and work in the vineyard today." The son answered, "No, I won't go." But later, he changed his mind and went anyways. Then the father told the other son, "You go." And he said, "Yes, sir, I will." But he didn't go. Which of the two obeyed his father? They replied, "The first." Then Jesus explained his meaning. "I tell you the truth. Corrupt tax collectors and prostitutes will get into the kingdom of heaven before you do. For John the Baptist came and showed you the right way to live, but you didn't believe him, what tax collectors and prostitutes did. And even when you saw this happening, you refused to believe him and repent of your sins." Man, Jesus just clapped them. He ends up explaining this in another verse. But do you realize what that story is saying? That was a story of Jesus. Jesus is explaining this. And then he says he's saying this to people that he's about to clap. He literally, imagine saying that to a religious leader. That's like me going up to a pastor and saying, "Hey, these scammers and prostitutes will enter the kingdom before you guys because y'all have no idea what you're saying." But what's the point? Which is better? Y'all, do you get this story? That's why I said, how does this relate to what I ranted about yesterday? Can anybody give me an idea? Does anybody understand? How did it relate to the rant? We're talking jobs, going to work, how does that relate to this parable of the two sons? Well, what do you think is better? That's what this story's asking. Do you think it's better to say you're going to do something and not do it? Or is it better to say no and then end up going? Do you get that? Is it better to say somebody talks to you and, somebody asks you something? You realize I deal with this every day. It sucks. This is why socially I don't engage with a lot of people. It's not like I'm an asshole. It takes a lot of time and this and that. But at the end of the day, it's just, I'm always going to be honest with people about stuff. Like some people have this problem. Like, seriously, would you tell somebody comes up to you and asks you for something, is it better to just say what they want to hear? Or is it better to say what actually is going to happen? Oh, y'all don't feel me. That's the whole point. This is a story Jesus is giving. Oh, come on. He's saying, which is better? Do you tell people, "Oh, no, that looks good. No, maybe I should. No, yeah, I'm down to hang out," but you're not down to hang. Which one's better? Is it better to say, is it better to tell you that I want to hang out with you and then never show up? Or is it better to tell you, "No, I don't want to hang out with you," but then show up? That's what this is talking about. Isn't that funny? That's 2,000 years ago. But apply that today. So what is better? So that's why I said, look at yesterday. What do you guys think is better? Is it better to say, "I'll never work a job. I'm never going to get a job. I'm never going to have to do this," but then end up working and still being successful? Or is it better to do the reverse, and say you're going to go do something, but then you end up never doing it? You say, "I'm going to go trade. I'm going to take this seriously. I'm going to save. I'm going to get a lot," but you never do it. Oh. So I think this is a good reminder. Because he even said it to the pastors and the religious leaders of the time. He said, y'all look down at prostitutes and scammers, yet they understand this point better than you. Do you know what the answer is? Said and done. It's way better to show up than not. I would rather have you tell me no and end up following through than telling me yes and never following through. That's the whole point. Do you see, again, apply this to a job, apply this to yesterday. Why do you think I ask you guys this shit? Why do you think I'm willing to tell you? I'm saying you guys will shit on me and get mad at me, put me in positions. I know I'll clap at some people regarding it, but I'm also trying to explain it to some people. Think about it. What am I trying to tell you? Go get a job. Go do this. Because at the end of the day, all that matters, I'm asking some of you, are you trying to get rich or not? That's it. I don't care what happens in the beginning. I don't care what you say. I don't care what is said. I don't care if you had to work that job, you didn't work that job, whatever. All that matters at the end of the day, do you follow through and get to the goal? What is your goal? Are you more worried in what is said and how you look doing it? Or are you more worried with the end of the day goal? What happens? Where does it end? Or would you rather have it look pretty, say pretty, it may look how you want to, but you never end up getting to the kingdom anyways? Oh, y'all don't feel. You see, that's why I said some people, you feel numb. I feel pain. No. Just get back on defense. You see, because what is said doesn't matter. Because that's what happened back then. These guys would all talk God. You know that? Even today. People will judge me. People will say this, that. You talk like this. People say, oh, I believe in God. Oh, I believe in money. I do this with my mom. I'm so much better. I'm so smart. Come on. It doesn't matter what the fuck you say. It matters what you did. What is done. That even then, anything I've ever told any of you guys, fuck what I've told you. Go look at the long term. That's not me flexing. That's not saying. It's this parable. Because what happens at the end of the day, yeah, Josh could talk a lot. Maybe I missed this play. Maybe I've done that, this and that. But did what was said, did the goal get accomplished? And are we headed towards the kingdom? That's the key. So that's what I'm saying with a lot of you guys. Apply this to life now. Yes, it makes sense with life and God spiritually. Some of y'all don't realize this yet. It's better to hate God your whole life and end up, wow, I realize this. Amen. You'll be saved versus the person faking like they love God their whole life. God bless some of you. That's why the kingdom is yours. But that's fine. You don't want to hear that. Let's talk business. I get it. What are you telling yourself in life now? Why are some of you so scared of a job? Why are you scared to do this? Why are you scared to say certain things or to go about a certain way? Those are actions. Those are words. It's an image. That's what this whole parable is saying. This is what I was ranting and getting passionate on yesterday. So I hope I care for some of you guys in here because it's very simple. I'm not here to judge you based on where you started, what you look like, what you want to do, this and that. No, that's not what I'm saying to you. That's why some of you hear job, you feel like it's putting you in this category. Like being a tax collector, being a prostitute. That's how you view some of it. But that's not what's happening. I'm saying I'm the guy here to tell you I believe in the kingdom. Amen. You know how the kingdom works? It's just like Jesus said. It doesn't matter about the extracurricular talk and everything leading up to it. What matters is, did you do it or not? That's it. Did you work hard? Did you apply yourself? Did you actually save the money? Did you actually put it to work? Follow the rules of wealth. I don't care if you had to work a minimum wage job the first 5 years. I don't care if you got lucky on the first year. It doesn't matter. Because all of that is the son saying, oh yeah, I'm going to show up, but you never showed up. I'd rather have you say, no. I'd rather have you make mistakes for the first 20 years of your life and then get the last 20 right. Get the next year right. And end up on the right path after that. That's all that matters. That's why I'm trying to tell some of you think getting a job, applying yourself, just by stepping away from something, you think, oh, that's going to define me my whole life. No, it's not. Because that's just the first step. It doesn't matter where you start. It doesn't matter the first thing you say. What matters is where you are at the end of the day. So that's what this whole parable was. And it's funny that was reminding us. That's what I read yesterday. I didn't really have a philo on it. But I think it's funny that 2,000 years ago, even Jesus was calling out the same bullshit because people were doing the same thing 2,000 years ago. They were more concerned. They didn't care about money and status like you do today. And those cultures back then, they cared more about God and religion, believe it or not. That's why they turned religion into a fucking nightclub, and they made it, they wanted robes, they wanted paparazzi, they wanted all of that. That's why. That's why you guys look at business, your goals today, the culture, you guys are you care more about that sometimes. And some of you think it's about how you start or how you look. It's not. You could look like a fool the first half. You could look like a fool working a job the whole damn day, and at the end of the day, you're probably going to be richer than the person who looked like they were going to the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty funny. But this was 2,000 years ago. The same thing was occurring. Now we're in today, and we still have this problem of people who have not gotten this simple parable that it's better to say you're not and end up doing it rather than saying I'm going to do it and never showing up. Because imagine how you're going to feel. Because some of you're going to say, I'm going to be successful investing. I'm going to make a financial future. I'm going to do this. But then you don't put in that work and actually do what it takes to get there. You say it and then don't get it. You're going to feel worse than vice versa. All of us will feel the same way. That's why we would all choose to get it done at the end of the day. And we don't really care how it's going to start or what was said. So I hope you know that. And I hope you apply that into yesterday. I hope you apply it into today and even God waiting and everything. But as simple as that, all that matters is do you do it? Do you go to the kingdom? Do you follow the journey? Do you hit the fucking bottom line and the goal? That's it. That's all that's going to matter. That's what I want for all of you here too. Whether it's the philo, whether we're applying our long-term, anything, that's the only thing that's going to matter. You guys are all going to fuck up. Most of you have already blown up your accounts. Some of you made the money, blew up the TLT. That doesn't matter because we're not done. Now, if you quit today or you want to act and play this game about your image and you don't want to even admit certain things, you don't want to get down into it, you don't want to find a way to improve because you're more worried about looking like a damn Pharisee, well, there you go. Then yeah, maybe it is over. But for most of you, even myself, we're not done. And it doesn't matter what we say we're going to do. It doesn't matter. It matters what you end up doing. It doesn't matter how it looks. I don't care if I get lucky on TLT or if I call it from a mile away. As long as I hit that bitch, that's all that matters. Oh, y'all don't feel me. That's it. Do you care more about being right in the stock market or do you care about walking away a winner? Oh, y'all don't feel me. I don't care. Being right does not equate to profit. Do you care about getting what the stock market could offer you? You guys say, I want to make money. Why? So you could live a life that you could do whatever you want. Take care of your family, the people around you, all of that. That's all that matters. So why do you want to trade like that? Why do you have to be, you see what I'm saying? But it's this whole parable. This was talked about 2,000 years ago. So, that's what you get this weekend. Honestly, ask yourself. Look at your life right now. Sit down and think about it. What's going to be better? Saying you're going to do a bunch of shit and never following through or taking those actual steps to get you there? Or saying you won't do it and maybe all those things you never said you would never do, if they could get you to the end destination, wouldn't that be, just think about it. And just think, which one do you value? Are you going to value the start or are you going to value the end? Better yet now, which one does God and people and what do people respect? See what I'm saying? It's saying the kingdom of God respects the follow through. The Pharisees, the fake people, they respect the image. Oh. Y'all don't feel me. God respects the follow through. God values the follow through. God values where you end. I don't care if you believe in God. God is a higher level. Just say something higher level. You know what fake and low level people think about? How it looks. How it started. Oh, it's like that. They took that road. Ooh. They mixed the yellow with the ooh. I can't believe it. I'm like, I don't care. Do whatever you did. I keep mixing whatever you did. But if it gonna get me there, shit. So think about that. That's gonna be your weekend. All right? And understand God likes waiting. But take that to the bank, ladies and gentlemen. That is your philosophy. Make sure you guys are subscribed. We're live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. Drop your thumbs up on the video. You're on mobile. Press hide chat. X out that chat. Hit that thumbs up button. Second link for the Nightly Watch as a main channel. First link for the Scream Alerts Boot Camp and Real Estate course. Follow me on Instagram at The Trading Fraternity.